Yeah, I'm constantly thinking that I'm coming up with ways of generating electricity using gravity. And here's another, I don't know whether it'll work, but let's say out in Lake Michigan, let's say if the water was 400 foot deep and you had a tank where you could store air, a volume of air large enough for two 20-foot pipe, let's say 5 foot long, and this tank is enough volume to store two 20-foot cylindrical pipe, 5 foot long, and then these 20-foot pipe run two for 400 foot to the surface. These inside these 20-foot pipe, you have sliding sliding seals that have valves in them that work both ways, that let air go one way and then the other, and they have cables that pull from the surface back and forth. It'll go 5 foot at a time, and there's a conveyor belt that gets air out of this container that I just told you about where the air goes into. Okay, you catch air out of this tank, and it goes to this air out of this tank goes to the surface. You pull this one cylindrical seal down 5 foot, and the air goes into this tank, and you catch it. This other cylindrical seal went up 5 foot, and you shut the valve off. Okay, now the like with the teeter-totter, equal pressure is equal pressure. So this is like equal pressure on these things. So there's equal pressure, but the conveyor belt up to the surface is equal. It's sort of like a tripod where you have two equal pressures, and then a third tripod where you have two 5 foot of equal pressure, and a third one of 10 foot. So you have two 5 foot and one 10 foot. So this 10 foot one pulls the one 5 foot one down, and so you have like 400 foot left over for energy. If you understand what I'm saying. If you're 400 foot down and you have rising air of 300 or 400 foot, it'll pull this 5 foot pipe down with a conveyor belt. It'll pull this 5 foot pipe down and dump the air into the tank, and this air will go out into the conveyor belt and go up, and you go up, and then you stop. The conveyor belt keeps running, but you have a gearbox that stops this round thing that's in the pipe from going, and then one goes one way and one goes the other way, and it pulls air from the surface like in Lake Michigan, and you use the energy that's rising air in this conveyor belt. This conveyor belt may be spaced 2 or 3 foot apart. You may have 4 or 5,000 of these collections of the 20-foot sections in the conveyor belt. So you have more than enough of these sections of conveyor belt of the 4 foot times 20. You may have 1,000 of them to the surface, so you have plenty of them to run it. So that'd give you enough power to run it, and then because this conveyor belt may be big, and this tank is big enough to catch the air so the air don't go back up in the pipe. And let me think. these round things in the pipe go up and down with cables. They're sealed. They got valves in them to open and shut. One comes down, pulls air in the tank at the bottom. It shuts off, and then the other one comes down. It pulls tank air in the tank at the bottom, and it goes to what would be a conveyor belt that may hold more than enough to get it to run. Thank you. Bye.